What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer. As I'm sure many of you have all realized, Overwatch has been in a bit of a content drought for the past, well, couple years? Or at the very least, that's what it feels like if you're someone who still consistently plays the game. But in reality, Blizzard has actually been pumping out quite a bit of content since the start of 2021. For example, did you know that since the start of this year, the longest Overwatch has gone without having some kind of active event or limited time item available was only 12 days? And in addition to that, we haven't seen the default non-event or limited item Overwatch home screen since before the anniversary event. So yeah, when you take a look at just everything that's happened over the past 6 months or so, there's actually been quite a bit going on. But if that's the case, then why does it feel like nothing's happening? Well, in this video, I'm going to be covering just how Blizzard has been mixing up their new content strategy, starting at the beginning of this year, by looking at the track record of content they've released, and then discussing how and why Blizzard has decided to implement this new strategy. Real quick, before we jump on in though, I would like to remind you to subscribe and hit up that bell icon if you enjoy this video, so you never miss out on any of my future Overwatch and Overwatch 2 news and content. So now, let's rewind our calendars back to the very start of 2021. On January 5th, the 2020 Winter Wonderland event came to an end, and just 7 days later, the Hanzo Kanazaka Challenge mini-event began. This mini-event, which not only featured some new cosmetic items, but also a brand new deathmatch map, ran from January 12th to January 26th. Then, 9 days after this mini-event ended, the 2021 Lunar New Year event began, running from February 4th to February 25th. 12 days after the Lunar New Year event ended, the Pachimari Roadhog mini-event began, which ran from March 9th to March 23rd, and then the same day that mini-event ended, the Midas Roadhog and Good and Evil Echo Overwatch League skins became available, and were purchasable in-game from then until April 6th. Then, at the same time those two skins no longer were available on April 6th, the 2021 Archives event started, and ran from April 6th to April 27th. Then, the very next day after Archives ended, the MMA Overwatch League skin became available from April 28th to May 11th. Then, just a week after this skin was no longer available, the 2021 Anniversary event started, running from May 18th to June 9th. Same day Anniversary event ended, the Angel of Death Overwatch League Widowmaker skin became available from June 9th to June 22nd. Then, on June 22nd, the same day that skin was no longer available, Ash's Deadlock Challenge mini-event began, running from June 22nd to July 6th, and on the same day that mini-event ended, the Herois, I still don't know how to pronounce that skin's name, the Ana Overwatch League skin became available on July 6th, and that will be ending on July 20th. Now, that brings us pretty much up to date with the time of me recording this video, but as we can see from this past track record, things have been pretty busy in terms of having limited time events and other sort of available items being actively ongoing. In fact, if we add up all the time which has passed since the very start of this year up until July 20th, when this most recent Overwatch League skin will no longer be available, only 36 days out of the 200 which have passed since the start of this year haven't had some kind of limited time event or item available in Overwatch. That seems to suggest that there's been quite a bit going on with the game. However, as those of you who actually play the game are likely aware, things haven't actually been that busy. The reason, of course, is that the overwhelming majority of this new content we've gotten over the course of 2021 has been purely cosmetic. And on top of that, basically anytime we're getting a mini event for a specific hero or one of the Overwatch League skins, we're getting basically one skin available for a 2-week duration. If it's an Overwatch League skin, you just buy it on the first day and are essentially done with that event, which it isn't even really an event, but you know, limited time thing. And if it's one of the mini events or the hero challenges, then you just play a few games. Typically you can get that done in just a couple days if you really try for it. And again, then you're just going to end up with one skin and a few other sprays and little cosmetic items that technically are taking up 2 whole weeks. In fact, outside of the release of Kanazaka and the limited time game modes that came with the various events, there haven't been any gameplay changes whatsoever over the first half of 2021. Sure, there have been little hero balance changes and tweaks and things like that, but I don't really consider those to be content because they're just part of the natural state of the game as far as I'm concerned. I don't think very many people start or stop playing Overwatch just because Baptiste got nerfed or Moira got buffed or something like that. I'm focusing on tangible content additions which actually bring something of substance to the game. Now, I should also mention that in addition to all these in-game changes, there has been a number of other things happening with Overwatch over the past half a year. We of course got all the new information on Overwatch 2, both back at BlizzCon Line in February, as well as during the anniversary PvP stream in May, and there have also been a number of substantial system changes, such as the fairly recent addition of crossplay, which has allowed people on different systems to finally, at long last, play with each other. But when it comes to the actual in-game tangible content, we can see that Blizzard has absolutely shifted from what they've done in years past. Let's focus specifically on the Overwatch League skins we've gotten this year. Earlier in 2021, Blizzard announced that this year would be featuring more Overwatch League skins than ever before, and already that's proven to be right. Over the course of just 6 months in 2021, we've already gotten 5 limited time Overwatch League legendary skins. And also, I should mention, I'm not counting the separate color variant contenders skins, since those are kind of different. I don't think most people really care about those at all because you have to actually watch games in order to unlock them, and they're just basically epic skins. So yeah, I'm focusing mainly on the Overwatch League legendary skins that you have to purchase with in-game credits. And on top of that, the hero challenges have definitely had a heavy presence this year as well. There's been as many hero challenge mini-events as there have been mainline events this year so far, and we can probably assume that's going to perpetuate over the latter half of 2021. So then, why has Blizzard decided to focus so heavily on cosmetic items in 2021? Well, I think the answer is pretty self-explanatory, at least it is in my eyes, which is that there's no real content coming out, so Blizzard just has to give the illusion of content by pumping out a bunch of cosmetics. We did get Kanazaka back in January. I don't want to discount that since that is a fantastic deathmatch map. But aside from that, it's been forever since we've gotten a new map that fits one of these standard game mode formats. In addition to that, we haven't gotten a new hero in over a year at this point, with Echo being the most recent hero addition, who was released back in April of 2020. New maps and heroes are by far the biggest additions when it comes to actually mixing up and changing the gameplay and substance of Overwatch. So the fact that we've gone so long without getting any of those essentially means that there just hasn't been much going on in the game itself. And while it's certainly nice to get all these new skins and other cosmetic items this year as a sort of substitute for the heroes and maps, even when Blizzard is pumping out as many as they have been, they just cannot hold a candle to something as big as a new hero. Adding a new hero adds essentially content for months as people learn to play as that new hero, play against them, learn all the tricks to get good with that character, and figure out, how they work in a match with different compositions. Whereas a new skin, you unlock it, maybe you use it, probably you don't, let's be honest. And yeah, that's like maybe a day or two of your time spent on this new skin, whether it's unlocking it or enjoying its presence in the game, as opposed to months with a new map or hero. And yeah, even when Blizzard is pumping out a ton of new skins, they just don't add up to even getting just a few heroes a year. So then, why has Blizzard shifted from giving us real content to cosmetic content? Well, of course, it's because of Overwatch 2. Blizzard has announced that at this point they're no longer going to be releasing new heroes, maps, and other major content like that until Overwatch 2, because they would rather focus on finishing the sequel as opposed to making content for Overwatch 1 that they then have to adapt into Overwatch 2 once that releases. Admittedly, I think they're doing the right thing when it comes to focusing on Overwatch 2, as the sooner that game releases, the better. But at the same time, we're left with a facade flood of content with all these new skins and other limited time events taking place that, as I said, are nice, but they just aren't anything close to getting the real content of new maps and heroes. If I'm being totally honest, I think Blizzard's strategy over the course of 2021 so far has more than anything been purely a sort of marketing technique. As I mentioned, from the outside, it looks like there's a lot of stuff happening because every couple weeks, oh, there's a new skin available or some new challenge or new event to take part in. So when you're thinking about all these general people who just don't really play the game, every few weeks they might, just happen to see someone talking about Overwatch again because of this new thing that's happening. And it kind of gives the illusion that stuff is happening in Overwatch. However, for those of us who actually play the game, we realize that, one skin every 2 weeks really doesn't add up to much. And if I'm being honest, I think it's really starting to take its toll on the community at this point. As someone who regularly produces Overwatch videos based on Overwatch content, I don't think I've ever been in a position where I've had less ideas for new videos. And I know for a fact that I'm not the only one in that position. There's a number of other Overwatch content creators out there who I follow, and I can see from most of their channels and streams and whatnot, they haven't been putting out as many videos and streams either. Many of them have either just cut back to like one video every other week, or in some cases, abandoned Overwatch entirely at this point. It's weird thinking about how, for well over a year at this point, people have been sort of complaining about the Overwatch content drought, but I feel like it's only been in the past few months that we've really started to see the negative repercussions of it. There is just nothing to talk about. Sure, I can make a video every 2 weeks talking about the new skin or event that's happening, and I like doing those because honestly, I like talking about the new content we do get, but on the larger scale of things, we really need something more substantial to talk about. And at this point, what that really means is Overwatch 2 news. We know that Overwatch 1 isn't really going to be getting any substantial updates until Overwatch 2 releases, so we're kind of all just banking on Blizzard giving us another PvP stream, essentially. Give us something juicy relating to the sequel that we can talk about and analyze and discuss on our channels. And of course, if Blizzard just doesn't have anything ready to show off, then they shouldn't show anything off. I'd rather they have something prepared and substantial to give to us than them just saying, oh yeah, this is some cool thing maybe we're gonna do, I don't know, it could all change by the time Overwatch 2 releases. And certainly from the developer's standpoint, it's better to sort of keep quiet about things that are actively in development so that you don't end up making false promises that you then can't deliver on. But I just gotta say, we are probably at the darkest point of the Overwatch content drought we've seen so far, and unless something new happens sometime soon, I honestly think it's only going to get darker. But hey, I'll keep on trucking through somehow or another. I'll find something to talk about on my channel. I do have some video ideas queued up, which I can still work on, so it's not that desperate for me personally at least. But I do find it very interesting just to observe and talk about how Blizzard has shifted their content strategy over the past year. In all honesty, given the limitations of what they can actually release in terms of content, I think they're handling things fairly well. But ideally, they wouldn't be in this position where they just don't have anything to release or say or do regarding the game. Skins and cosmetics are great, don't get me wrong, but they're nothing compared to a nice, substance-filled hero. Anyways, I think I've talked long enough about this topic at this point. Definitely let me know your thoughts on Overwatch's 2021 content strategy by dropping a comment down below. Are you satisfied with them just pumping out new skins every couple weeks? Or perhaps you're like me and many others and that you wish we could just have something more substantial. Either way though, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit up that bell icon, and come join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any future Overwatch and Overwatch 2 news and content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. This is Master EN Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.